what 3 words, just off the top of your head, come into your mind about planning?
Here we go again.
Oh gosh.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Anything positive? I mean, you're talking about anything positive about what planning does.
It's not fair to the planning system to be very negative about it all the time. It does a lot of positive things, but it just goes to show the challenges we have. We have to get across how to work the system, otherwise people just see it acting against them.
Central government is getting more and more disconnected from the local area. Our own ward, parish and district councillors do what they can because they are local to the area, they understand the local area, but a unitary authority and then more, if you like, central government control takes away the local impact from our community. So we're going to feel like we're being dictated to rather than being consulted with in future, and that's very important.
Comstock has a specific planning application that is of great interest to the community, and so we've come along to see if we could glean any further information as to the best way to object to it, or the best way to approach the planning application that's come into us.
How have you found it so far this morning?
Really interesting, yeah, lots of invaluable information. Lots of good questions from the audience as well, which have raised further information. So yeah, very interesting.
We always have a lot of problems responding to planning applications, and we've been on various training courses, but we still need to know more about the detail of what we can and cannot comment on.
And of course it's always changing, isn't it?
Well, unfortunately, yes, that's one major reason for coming today, so I can feed back to the rest of the parish council. I think that particularly this latter stage on devolution and the various reforms that are proposed, I think it's quite difficult to keep up to date with that.
I'm a relatively new councillor. I wanted to learn more about planning. We live in a very rural area. I think we need to look after what we've got and be aware of things that we need, perhaps potentially with affordable housing. But I feel very strongly about taking care of the countryside that we have.
We're at a time now where there is an enormous amount of new strategy coming down the track. And if you take, for instance, the local government reorganisation, we're going to be in a situation where a local planning authority could be looking at overlooking 1,000 or 2,000 square miles of land and making decisions on that basis from a remote distance from one of the cities. And the responsibility on town and parish councils is really going to grow to represent the views of their own communities and to make sure that they put in really strong, well-argued, legally justified opinions about planning applications, even though they're only advisory at the present moment. They're really going to have to reflect local community opinion much more strongly.
At the end of the day, Devon is a green rural county, which we love. And what we're seeing is that ultimately it just could become a desolate grey county, built over, our fields disappear, and that's a travesty.